Greetings, salutations. Welcome to this midday power surge, special edition of Prophetic Insights, where we analyze current events as they are fulfilling Bible prophecies. Safe to Serve International, first time viewers, welcome one, welcome all to this Prophetic Insights. Thank you for your prayers and thank you for your patience as well. Very soon, I'm going to announce something very special. Please stay tuned as we're still in the process of transitioning. All right, brothers and sisters, let's get right into it. We know the mark of the beast, Sunday worship by law, will be enforced just before the second coming of Jesus Christ. And the Bible confirms that in Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 through verse number 16. We also know the Sunday movement, the Sunday law, is making its way in darkness, volume 5 and page number 452. The Bible also tells us, as we just heard about darkness, the Bible also says the papacy in these last days will be using dark speeches both to deceive and to get her agenda fulfilled. That's Daniel chapter 8, verse 23 through verse number 25. Now, friends, we know very certainly that a Sunday law will be enforced to combat the world's crises, especially climate change. And as we are speaking, a great symposium convention is going on now in the UK, which is called COP26. Friends, please do not think a Sunday law is going to come as a top-down approach. It's going to be the opposite, the reverse. It's a bottom-up approach. Based on the Bible and based on the spirit of prophecy, it is the people that will demand Sunday rest by law from their civil leaders. Please do not forget that. And one of the main entities that represents the people, that is a voice of the people, my friends, don't miss this, it is the labor unions. And the labor unions are actively engaged in the process to combat climate change, to care for workers, to eradicate poverty right now at COP26. And friends, many of the policies are commendable, plausible on the surface, but beneath the surface, brothers and sisters, you'll find poison. They're mingling poison with wholesome food. Now today, as we referenced in chapter 8 of Daniel, verse 23 through verse 25, the papacy will use dark speeches. And by God's grace, we are going to decode popery's dark speeches, decode Satan's dark speeches, decode Satan, the papacy's allies, dark speeches. If we are unfamiliar with their terms, we will think a Sunday law, the mark of the beast with persecution, is far ahead of us, years in the future. But when we understand the terms, the words in their political vernacular, we will understand the Sunday law is even at the doors. Let's move on and segue into this. Are you familiar with the actual term, a just transition? It's one of their terms. What does that mean, a just transition? Well, take a look at this, my friends. It simply means it's a framework developed by the trade union movement to encompass a range of social inventions needed to secure workers' rights, don't forget that, and livelihoods when economies, meaning the nation's economies, are shifting to sustainable production, primarily combating climate change, brothers and sisters. And right now, we're seeing the ILO, which stands for the International Labor Organization, defines and promotes the just transition in the context of the Paris Climate Agreement. in order to combat climate change, the nations must adopt the policies from the trade unions. They represent the voice of the people, the labor unions. And they have this term called a just transition. Take a look at this, my friends. There it is. Supporting the conditions for a just transition internationally. Of course, the UN Climate Change Conference UK 2021. There it is, my friends. This is another definition. Now notice, I want you all to see that right now, Pope Francis also promotes a just transition based on the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement. So what you're now seeing is that the very movement of Pope Francis is essentially very similar to the International Labor Organization. Birds of a feather flock together. Take a look at this. There it is, my friends. During his address, the Pope focused on a just transition, a just transition. And notice it is based on the preamble to the Paris Climate Agreement. That is what I want you to see. And friends, now the ILO promotes just transition for decent work and to eradicate poverty. Don't you forget those two terms, decent work, eradicate poverty. Take a look at this. It's on the screen right there, my friends. There it is. The ILO describes just transition. They are promoting it for what? Decent work, as well as to eradicate poverty. Now, friends, understand this. What does Pope Francis, I want you all to see the dots being connected for the big picture. What does Pope Francis say must be enacted by our nations to care for the poor, eradicate poverty? Sunday worship by law, he says. Sunday rest by law. Take a look. It's right there. This is the nail in a sure place. All right, my friends. And now notice, I want to share with you that now there is a movement calling for a just transition in the United States of America. Well, my friends, we have just seen the term just transition is connected to the Sunday rest by law movement. You'll see it much more clearer as we move forward. They want a just transition in the United States of America, North America. Take a look. There it is, my friends. Season of Creation webinar. A just transition for North America. Look at a second article. There it is. Laudato Si movement. Leaders, they participate in Vatican dialogue. Focus on, there it is, my friends, a just transition. All right. Is there a connection between popery and the International Labor Organization? My friends, remember, we are connecting the dots. Look at the two confirmations I'm going to give to you right now. My friends, take heed. Look at this. There it is. All right, friends. Pope Francis met privately with the Director General of the International Labor Organization. And what did they discuss? What are they attempting to promote? There it is. Decent work. I told you. Do not forget that phrase, decent work. I'll give you a second. Notice right there, friends. The first was America, the Jesuit Review. And here we have Vatican News. There it is again. Pope Francis aligning himself with the ILO and vice versa. And what are they promoting? Decent work. My friends, it sounds good. It sounds good. Let's confirm now. The decent work is linked to Sunday rest. Work-free Sundays. Take a look at this, my friends. That's it. Blue arrow, blue box, there it is. Work-free Sundays is actually what they mean by decent work. And both are promoting this. All right, friends. And now I want you all to see that the nations at COP26 declared support for just transition and decent work. Are you ready for this? Look at this, friends. There it is. Headline, governments at COP26 pledge support for just transition. There it is. And what are they promoting? Decent work. All right. And what else? Economic prosperity. Economic prosperity. My friends, remember now, please don't miss this. What are we told in the spirit of prophecy will be enacted by law to combat economic poverty, to restore temporal prosperity? It is Sunday rest by law. Notice, great controversy, page 590. It's right there, my friends. A nail in a sure place. Is that point clear? All right, brothers and sisters. I want everyone to see this. And now, my friends, the UN Climate Change Conference UK 2021 supports the conditions for a just transition internationally and for decent work. Brothers and sisters, look at this. There it is. And who were the signatories? There it is, my friends. Who signed this? Look at those nations. But let's focus now on the red word. The federal government of the United States. Headline, supporting the conditions for a just transition internationally. In other words, my friends, they're calling for an international work-free Sunday. I told you, friends. Now notice, again, I'm going to give you a second witness to confirm that the United States of America is one of the many nations at COP26 now supporting a just transition, decent work, work-free Sundays. Are you ready for this? Take a look. All right. There it is, my friends. Another confirmation. Headline, ILO welcomes COP26 Just Transition Declaration. Look at the bottom paragraph, friends. There it is. A just transition, decent work. That's work-free Sundays, right? Eradication of poverty. That's Sunday rest by law. Red words, who signed this declaration? There it is. The United States of America. All right, brothers and sisters. One more. Take a look at that, my friends. I want everyone to see right now. Notice the role of the United States in the ILO movement. I'm going to share with you now that the U.S. is the main entity among the other entities that support the International Labor Organization. That is startling, to say the least. Just take a look at this, my friends. There it is. Headline, the U.S., a leading role in the ILO. It's right there. Brothers and sisters. And what are they calling for? Sunday rest by law. I'll give you a second. There it is, my friends. Watch carefully. And what is the ILO calling for? My friends, the ILO is actually promoting Sunday rest, work-free Sundays. Take a look at this. All right? It says the International Labor Organization, the ILO, an agency of the UN, passed a set of international standards. I wonder what is entailed in these international standards. It's right there, red words. A day of rest per week. All right. And friends, again, who is the leading member in the ILO? The United States of America. COP26. I'll give you a second. Notice here, friends. Again, the ILO. Watch carefully. What are they promoting? What policy have they written for the international community? A weekly rest on Sunday. It's right there. Red words, friends. A weekly rest on Sunday. I'll give you a third. Look at that, friends. There it is. The vast majority of these require that it be of 1 day in length and in principle be taken on a Sunday. That's it. Sunday rest by law. The ILO at COP26 and the nations, which include America, sign on to this declaration. Is a Sunday law coming in the sewage line with persecution for God's commandment keeping people, God's Sabbath keeping people. Watch carefully. Take a look at this, friends. There it is. Blue words. It also specifies Sunday and usually elects Saturday as the additional day. Look at this now. Great controversy. Page 53 confirms what I just said, my friends. Very, very soon, it won't be 2 days. It's going to be one. And that is going to be Sunday rest by law. How close are we, my friends? How close are we to the end? How close? All right, I'll give you another confirmation that shows us, my friends, that they are promoting Sunday rest by law, the ILO. Are you ready for this? Take a look at this article here. It says, is not therefore Sunday the only day that no one should be permitted to interfere with or endanger? Blue words. They mention that came from the International Labor Organization. How much clearer can it be, brothers and sisters? How much clearer can it be? And now I want to share with you. Do you recall, do you remember when President Joe Biden stated that he would be the most pro-union president in America's history? Well, my friends, he is also supporting the ILO. ILO work-free Sundays, Sunday rest by law. So could we now say, in actuality, what he means and what he is implying, he will be the most pro-Sunday president. Take a look at this, my friends. I'm telling you, we are in a crisis. Look, it says, that's it, my friends. He promises, Mr. Biden, to be the most pro-union president. Look at this. And who did President Biden choose as his labor secretary? Marty Walsh. Marty Walsh, look at that, my friends, was educated at Boston College. Boston College is a Jesuit institution. Jesuit educated, Jesuit trained Marty Walsh. Now take a look at this video clip from President Joe Biden and his support of the ILO policies. Watch carefully, friends, and weep. Take a listen.
Hi, everyone. I want to thank the International Labor Organizations for everything you do. Just as it did when this organization was founded a century ago, democracy faces another test now. The autocrats of the world believe democracy can't compete in the 21st century. They became emboldened, and now they're coming after the rights of workers and the international labor standards that have long identified the ILO. They're betting we can't come through for working people, but they're wrong.
And friends, in the next few clips I'm going to share with you now, it is simply history being repeated. If you notice, my friends, in the time of 1888, when a Sunday law was nearing, we are told the papacy and even the apostate Protestants were all in league with the labor unions to get Sunday worship enacted by law. And what was delayed, pulled back providentially by God. We weren't ready, my friends. It is now moving with a head of steam. I'm telling you, my friends, the Sunday law with persecution is on the horizon. Take a look to confirm. There it is. Church labor need to renew their bonds. 1888, friends. There it is. Pope Francis says the labor leader in America, when it comes to America, will boost the alliance between the unions and the church. Third, there it is. Sunday rest was coming, my friends, in the year 1888. All right. Senator Blair, Sunday bill. Beloved. Now, I want to share with you a statement which confirms the labor unions will bring upon this earth a time of trouble such as never was. And we're seeing what has been predicted. We're seeing now signs showing that what has been prophesied is about to take place. Am I ready? Are you ready? Take a look at this, my friends. There it is. The time is fast coming when the controlling power of the labor unions will be very oppressive. My friends, they will bring upon this earth a time of trouble such as never was since the world began. All right. I began my soliloquy by sharing with you, my friends, that this Sunday law movement is not going to be a top-down approach, but a bottom-up approach. The people are going to demand work-free Sundays, demand Sunday rest by law, demand Sunday worship by law to combat various crises. The economic crisis, climate change, the pestilences. My friends, again, who is the primary entity that represents the people besides the churches? The labor unions. Look at this statement, my friends. It says, trade unions demand COP26 nations to talk to workers. Look at this. There it is. My friends, look at that. And look at the red box. The words underlined blue. That this conversation must continue before, during, and after COP26. It's not slowing down, my friends. Headline, there it is. Trade unions demand COP26 nations. Listen to us, all right? And if you read that paragraph, you'll see the definition for a just transition. Second, take a look at that first sentence. COP26 leaders need to listen to our demands. That's it. Look at the blue words. Workers should be a part of making these decisions as far as possible, not simply have the decisions made for them. And brothers and sisters, what are we told, my friends, in the book Great Controversy, page 592? That, my friends, it is the people that will demand for Sunday rest, Sunday worship by law, and the politicians will yield to that public demand, the popular demand. Look at the statement, Great Controversy, page 592. There it is, my friends. Blue words underlined. And the red words say, my friends, then will come the fulfillment of Revelation 12 and verse 17, persecution for God's commandment-keeping people. Am I ready? Are you ready? We have now come full circle. My friends, the Sunday movement is making its way in darkness, and praise God, we have just decoded some of Satan's, some of Pope's, and their allies' dark speeches. Look at this statement, volume 5, page 452. The Sunday movement is now making its way in darkness. The leaders are concealing the true issue, and many who unite in the movement do not themselves see whither the undercurrent is tending. Its professions are mild and apparently Christian, but when it shall speak, it will reveal the spirit of the dragon. The policies sound good and plausible, but they're mingling poison with wholesome food. And God's people cannot unite with them. So, my friends, as they are promoting their ungodly so-called just transition, what is God saying to me? What is God saying to you? It's time for us to make our just, genuine transition. And we need to remember the 5 keys of survival. Yes, friends. The first one, conversion. It's time to make that transition. Conversion from this world to becoming more Christ-like. Conversion, transformation of character, victory over sin. Number 2 of the 5 keys, country living. It's time for us to make that transition from the cities, from the suburbs, into rural districts. Yes, friends. Number 3, having food on our property, as well as storing up food, making that transition. Number 4, ministry, industries, making that transition. It's time. Number 5, assisting others, helping others, transitioning from being selfish, self-centered, to assisting somebody else, aiding someone who's less fortunate. So God can take the solitary and put them in families. Beloved, what shall I more say? It's time to be found prepared in these last days. As we see all these signs, it is clear the second coming of Christ is even at the doors. Let's be found ready, my friends, and let's be found carrying forward the work of aggressive, effective evangelism. Why? The protest continues. Maranatha.